In this next lesson, we're going to have a look at the general equation of a straight line, but we're going to extend it from the one that you learned at GCSE. So GCSE, you'll have learned that the general equation, quite correctly, of a straight line is y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. Now, having the equation in this form has many advantages. So one of the advantages is we can just read off the gradient in the y-intercept. But at A level, there's a more useful way to write the general equation of a straight line, and that's like this here. And this is the one that you should really transition towards using. So y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. And m is the gradient, and x1, y1 is any point on the line. Now this here, the subscript means we're talking about a particular point on the line. That particular point could be any point on the line, but we are talking about a specific point that we're given. And the advantage of using this one over this one is that this one we can use any point on the line. We don't need to know the y-intercept. This could be any particular point on the line that we are given. So we're going to transition from using this equation for a straight line to this one. So let's put this into practice using an example. So this here says find the equation of the straight line which passes through the point 2, 6 and is parallel to the line y equals 3x plus 2. So from part A, what we need using this new form of the equation is the gradient and a point on the line. Well, we can see that it's parallel to 3x plus 2. Parallel means has the same gradient as. So I can say that m equals 3, and the point we're given is 2, 6. Which I denote by writing p bracket 2, 6. Right, so now let's use this new equation. We've got y minus the y coordinate that we're given equals m x minus the x coordinate that we're given. And if we multiply that out, we get y minus 6 equals 3x minus 6. Which means that, rearranging it in the form given, which is y equals mx plus c, y equals 3x. And that's it. Now, in this particular example, I do have to admit that using this new equation probably creates a tiny bit more work than using the y equals mx plus c. But in this next question, which requires the answer in a different form, I promise you that this new form is much, much easier to use. So part B, find the equation of the straight line which passes through the points 6, 5 and minus 3, 7. So 6, 5 and minus 3, 7. Giving your answer in the form ax plus by plus c equals 0, where a, b and c are integers. So writing something in this form may be new to you for A level, but that's quite a common form to have to write it in. So let's go. So first of all, we need the gradient. Well, the gradient of the line passing through those 2 points, which links back to the last lesson, is the difference in y, 7 minus 5, over the difference in x, minus 3 minus 6, equals, and taking no chances when exam pressure gets to you, people make silly numerical errors. Let's not go down that route. Let's use the calculator to do the hard work for us, which is minus 2/9, like that. And we've got the choice between 2 points here. Both are going to give the same answer. So 6, 5 we'll use because it has no negative numbers in. Positive numbers are much easier to deal with. And you might want to pause here and have a go at it yourself. Now remember, the general equation is y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. And that's what we're forcing ourselves to use now, because it works out much easier in future examples if you do that. So pause it, have a go, but I'll keep going. So we've got y minus the y coordinate equals m x minus the x coordinate. And at this point, my strong advice to you is get rid of any fractions. Don't multiply out the bracket yet. We can get rid of any fractions by multiplying both sides by 9. So we get 9y minus 45 equals minus 2 x minus 6. And notice that our answer, the form that we needed in, is all integers. Well, we've got all integers now. So multiplying by that 9 did us a favour. It eliminated trace of all fractions. And notice that our answer needs to be all integer coefficients. Well, we've done that by multiplying by the 9, so that's good. And that's why I prefer this method than the y equals mx plus c, which will have lots of fractions in often. Right, so keeping on rearranging this, we get 9y minus 45 equals minus 2x plus 12. And getting it in the required format, we've got 2x plus 9y, then minus 45 minus 12 is minus 57 equals 0. And that's in the required form now, all integers. So that's a correct answer. And notice how I said a correct answer, not the correct answer, because there are actually an infinite number of correct answers. So we could have this as any integer multiple of that. So if you want to have minus 2x minus 9y plus 57 equals 0, perfectly acceptable. If you want to have it as 2 million x plus 9 million y minus 57 million equals 0, that would be a ridiculous way of doing it, but it's still an answer that fits with the criteria. But I would advise trying to keep the x positive just for presentation. But again, that doesn't matter. Any integer multiple of these is acceptable, but I would stick with this answer personally. So right now, let's move on to another example involving perpendicular lines. So two lines are described as being perpendicular if there's a right angle between them. So these two lines here, the blue one which has gradient m1 and the red one which has gradient m2 are perpendicular because, as we can see, there's a right angle between them. Now there's a rule to do with gradients that two lines are perpendicular if and only if the product of their gradients is minus 1. And if the product of their gradients is minus 1, that means they're perpendicular. So if you're asked to show that two lines are perpendicular, multiply their gradients by each other, and you will get minus 1 as being the answer. So an implication of that, a direct follow-on fact, if I rearrange this here to get that m1 equals minus 1 over m2, again, if and only if the two lines are perpendicular. And this is a commonly used fact as well. If one gradient is negative 1 over the other gradient, i.e. the negative reciprocal is the common word, the negative reciprocal. If one gradient is the negative reciprocal of the other, then that also implies the perpendicular. So for example, y equals 1/2 x plus 3 and y equals minus 2x take 6. They are perpendicular lines because the gradient of this one is 1/2. The gradient of this one equals minus 2. So m1, m2, multiplying both the gradients together is 1/2 times minus 2 equals minus 1. They are perpendicular because their products are minus 1. Alternatively, we can say that m1 equals 1/2, which is equal to minus 1 over m2, which is minus 2. It's the negative reciprocal. Again, both of those things would imply that they're perpendicular. Right, so now let's look at an example involving perpendicular lines here. So it says here, find the equation of the straight line which passes through minus 1, minus 1 and is perpendicular to 3x equals 2y plus 1, giving your answer in the form ax plus by equals c. And note the restriction that a, b and c have to be integers. That is very, very important. So first of all, what we need to do is find the gradient of the line. Well, we know it's perpendicular to this line here. So first of all, it would be a good start to find the gradient of that line. So part A, and let's try and rearrange that now into the form y equals mx plus c. So we've got 2y equals 3x minus 1 by rearranging that. Then dividing both sides by 2, we get y equals 3 over 2x minus 1/2. So there's the equation in the form y equals mx plus c. And that there has gradient 3 over 2 in the form y equals mx plus c. We can just read the gradient off. It's just that one there. So that tells us that the gradient is 3 over 2 of that line there. But we want the gradient of the perpendicular. So therefore, the perpendicular gradient, and what we said before is that two gradients are perpendicular if one is the negative reciprocal of the other. If I scroll back up there, negative reciprocal here. So the perpendicular gradient must be, well, find the reciprocal of 3 over 2, which is 2/3, and shove a minus sign on. Two gradients are perpendicular if they are the negative reciprocal of each other. Okay, so we know the perpendicular gradient is minus 2/3. We know the point is minus 1, minus 1. Therefore, we're ready just to shove it in the general equation of a straight line. So we've got y minus y1 equals minus 2/3. That's the perpendicular gradient. X minus x1. And just tidying that up a little bit, which implies y plus 1 equals minus 2/3 of x plus 1. And note the restriction that we need integers for the coefficients. Well, if we keep on going, we can get the integers straight away by simply multiplying both sides by 3. That makes everything now an integer. So 3y plus 3 equals minus 2 x plus 1, and that means that we've got 3y plus 3 equaling minus 2x minus 2, which means that 2x plus 3y plus 5 equals 0. And there we have it, the equation. Not quite in that form, so what you saw there was almost a genuine mistake that had happened there. I almost left the equation in that form, and I'm leaving that in this video because that's probably going to happen to you in an exam. So what I did there, I checked the form of the answer, noticed that I was wrong. So as I say, leaving that mistake in there because I think it's a very important point. 2x plus 3y equals minus 5, and now we have it in the required form. So I should point out as well that this is only one of infinitely many correct answers. Any integer multiple of that will also be acceptable and will obtain the marks. Right, so part B, we're saying find the equation of the straight line, which is the perpendicular bisector of 7, 5 and 3 minus 7. So part B, and let's get a bit of a diagram going. We've got 7, 5, let's say that's there, and 3 minus 7, let's say that's there. So a perpendicular bisector, well, bisect means cuts in half, and perpendicular means at 90 degrees to, so it's the line that cuts in half and is perpendicular to the blue line joining those points. So first thing we need to do is find the gradient of the line. So the gradient of the blue line is the one we can calculate. M equals, and let's do the gradient formula. So y difference 5 minus minus 7, over x difference, 7 minus 3, which is equal to 12 over 4, which is 3. Then the perpendicular gradient, the negative reciprocal of that, so the reciprocal of 3 is 1/3. Shove a minus sign on, therefore the gradient of the line we want, the red line, is minus 1/3. So that's good. So now we just need to find the point. Now, if it's bisecting, it cuts halfway through. So we're looking for the midpoint. So the midpoint is equal to, and add the x coordinates together, divide by 2. Add the y coordinates together, divide by 2. Equals, so 10 over 2 is 5. And minus 2 over 2 is minus 1. So now we have the point through which the line travels and its gradient. So now let's shove it in the equation for a straight line. That's y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1. And I just want to have a look back up to see what form the equation was needed in. It hasn't asked for it in any particular form for part B. So let's just give a convenient form. First of all, let's simplify it. Y plus 1 equals minus 1/3 x minus 5. Multiplying both sides by 3, I get 3y plus 3 equals minus x plus 5. And the bare minimum we need to get the marks here is to get all the like terms gathered up. So to get the 5 and the 3 gathered on the same side. So a common form to have equations in is to take everything over the left-hand side and have it equal to 0. So that's what I'm going to do here. Equals 0. And there we have it, the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So find the gradient, find the perpendicular gradient to it, find the midpoint, and find the equation of the perpendicular gradient that goes through the midpoint. So that's what you have to do to find the perpendicular bisector. So the key point of this lesson has been to look at perpendicular gradients as well and shove them into the straight line equation. So have a go at the worksheet, check every answer as you go, and know you'll be a lot better off for having done that.